Hi, welcome everybody. Hi from Australia. My name is Chrissy, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a channel reading for the 24th of February. Now, I just let my guides channel through to you, and we'll just see what messages are coming through for this day of the 24th of February. So I'm getting the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So these are really significant symbols to me. If we think of the lion, we think of bravery and we think of strength, and they sort of lead the animal kingdom. So this is about the lion in you. So you've got to kind of have that big heart in times of turbulence. You need to find your heart because that's where your strength is. The witch represents always to do with psychic energy. It's to do with listening to your intuition, your gut feelings, in being in that fifth dimensional sort of realm, listening to any guidance. That's definitely the witch energy. And the wardrobe is always about that which is hidden. So those doors are opening up on that wardrobe now, and it's starting to be seen. The real truth is starting to be seen. Now, there's a movie that comes to mind called Narnia, where they actually step into the closet and it is a completely different world. And I think that is sort of the analogy that they're giving me, that there's this whole other world going on behind the scenes that people are not aware of. And when you have seen these things, you know that this is going on over here, and it's very hard to explain that to other people. But they're saying like not to bother explaining it to other people. People have to awake at their own pace. It's like when they are in a coma, for example, if someone's had an accident and they're in hospital and they come out of their coma, you don't just wake up and you're back to normal and everything's great. They're usually a bit groggy and doughy, and it takes time to sort of get their life back again. They've kind of got to, relearn how to talk or walk or navigate the society they live in. These are the things that happen. So we've also got to be aware that when people are coming out of their mass psychosis or their coma, that takes time and it's a process. We cannot bombard people with the things that we know, because they will switch off and they can easily slip back into that coma. So you've got to let people wake up at their own pace. That's an important message today for anyone out there who's wanting to freedom fight or who's a light worker, who's trying to spread these messages of the truth. Just remain very calm, very composed, and don't be forceful. Just plant little seeds. Sometimes if you plant those little seeds, they can grow as well. We know that. You just keep watering it and the seeds eventually start to grow, just with nurturing and love. So keep doing that. Don't overwhelm and bombard people with these truths, because it can cause them to shut back down. I'm getting what a heavenly ride. So it's almost like showing me clouds, and like they're like marshmallow clouds, and there's people like sitting in these little rides going along. And what they're saying is this has not been easy. This has not been easy for the last couple of years, and people want to create that softness. So they'd love to go on a ride in like a big fluffy cloud and just escape their miserable lives for a few minutes even. So it's like this feeling of being like floating and having those clouds around you, and there's like a freedom and a softness. That's the energy that I'm definitely getting at the moment. They want that heavenly feeling where they're like above things and they're out of all the confusion and the turbulence and just the chaos. Everybody's had enough. Like, they're definitely showing me that. People sitting in this little like amusement car going along in the clouds. And it's saying that we all have a part to play in this ride. So like, it's showing me that some people are on Ferris wheels, some people are on the roller coaster, some people are just on the ground selling the tickets. So it's like, if you think of a big amusement park, it takes a team of people to run that. So we've all got parts to play in what is actually happening, which I feel is the Great Awakening. Yes, we are facing the Great Reset, but if we can get the Great Awakening happening, we might be able to avoid the Great Reset. So this is where everybody has their part to play. Someone's over here doing podcasts. Someone's over here doing like YouTube channel. Someone's talking to their friends. People are getting together and they're talking about things more with their friends and family. People are reuniting again in these protest marches. And this is what they're saying. It's like running the big sort of amusement park, that we all have things in order to bring freedom and happiness and joy back into our lives. And I think most of us, if we've watched some of those convoys in Canada, it was absolutely brilliant to see the footage of them dancing and singing, having fun with their flags and having joy in their lives again. And I think it almost made a few of us sort of envious of that. We were like, oh, that looks like really good fun. Even in the coldest of weather in Canada, because I know you get really cold over there, these people were having fun and they were finding joy and they were getting that back in their lives until they got squashed with the fly swatter by Trudeau. But this is what people are wanting. This is what the USA wants, what Italy, all these countries, Austria, France, Australia definitely wants that. So we want to get back to these joyous places, and this is why we have a team that is creating and trying to get these lives back to some sort of fun and joy. Let's face it, it's been gone for too long. You know, we don't want to have that amusement park back where the lights are turned off and it's just all cobwebs growing on all the Ferris wheels and all the rides, and the clown heads are stopped and there's no music. This isn't what people want. People want their life to get moving again. They want that button flicked on and the amusement park and the joy and the rides and the fairy floss and the Dagwood dogs. This is a representation they're giving me of the joy that people want back in their lives. And it can be done. They're saying the pursuit of happiness can be done. We can do it, but we have to stand up and fight. And not fight in a negative way. They're saying fighting in a kind, loving, generous way. Now, obviously, you know, the Canadian truckers were highly peaceful. Unfortunately, the media lies and they branded them as very volatile, which we know that was not the case. So that's something we have to be aware of too, is the way that media does portray. So a lot of people have turned their TVs off late, and we know that by CNN losing all their ratings. I'll just see what else comes through for the 24th of Feb. So they're showing me like it's like the WW wrestling, like it's like a SmackDown. So they're showing me the ring, like the boxing ring sort of set up with the W wrestlers or whatever they are in there, and they're slamming to the ground, and it's like this big show. So there's all the people in the grandstand and there's this big show going on, and like that draws an enormous crowd, even though half of it is fake and it's all acted and played out, and they have these larger than life characters when you think of that wrestling. It's a big corporate kind of event. Like a lot of money gets poured into these things, and that's what they're saying that we've had sort of happen to us. We've had this big show now, and we've all just been sitting back in the grandstands and clapping and like watching this big show. But now the show is over and the ring's empty, and it's like everyone's just sitting there like, now what happens? And it's almost like everybody's like wanting to leave, but they're not leaving. And this is a really good thing, because it means that people are leaving and they're waiting for action. And it's not that they're waiting for the next act. They've decided that they're going to stay put, and they're going to start making some decisions and creating things that they want as well. So this is the indication. It's showing me that the crowd hasn't left the wrestling. Just because it was a great big act and performance, everybody's still staying put. And I think this is what they're saying about the stagnant energy. Like, there's people that know this is happening, but there's people that want to trust their government, but there's people that don't trust their government, but there's people that can see and their eyes are opening up now. What the hell is going on? Has this been a big act the whole time? We really thought this was real, and now they feel really silly. So there's a lot of this going on, and if you think of an audience, you've got a really mixed array of people, and they all are having different thoughts at the moment. And this is about the processing. So they're showing me like this huge crowd, and they're all processing everything differently. We all, because of our childhood wounds, because of things we've been through in life, we all see and perceive things differently. So that's why it's so important. Oh my gosh, the words come so fast sometimes. That's why it's so important that we allow people to wake up at their own pace. That is vital in going forward. And that is the biggest message today. Do not push, do not push, do not push, because these people will glaze over and they will go back into their coma. Just let them sort of pull the rope and find their own way out. And that is the crucial message today, is to just be you, back away, allow people to wake up at their own pace. And that's the important part. It's almost like they're showing me that if you go over to somebody and they're asleep and you touch them, you'll really frighten them. Whereas if you go over to them and you just call their name, or you just say their name really lightly and they start to hear you, that's when people start to hear you. So it's sort of that indication, and the example there is that the less that you say, the more it has impact, and it will wake them up really nice and slowly. So that's something to really remember, you know, just be very casual, plant the seeds and wake people up very slowly and allow them to do it at their own pace. So look, thanks for watching today. I hope these are helping you. Anyone out there, I've got loads of self-help videos that can help you if you're struggling in life and want to make some changes. Hit the like buttons, because that helps me heaps. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification as well, and then you'll know when I pop up. And please leave me comments. I love hearing from you guys. This is fantastic. We've got a great community. Like I said, we need to support each other. I need you guys as much as, you know, we chat and everything. It helps me a lot as well, because it is a very isolating thing. Oh, actually, and one more thing. I just had to do a little segment for Western Australia. I'll just quickly do that now and see what comes up. Mc Gowan is really fighting back. He's really big on the trade. Like, I feel like his trade industries are very dominant in his thoughts. He's got a lot of money around trade industries. The importing, the exporting, the importing, the exporting. That's what I'm getting around him. And he likes to have that control. And I don't think this was about health in WA. His control is about keeping the monopoly in his industry or in these import exports. He doesn't want the rest of Australia sort of getting in on his act. It's very, very strange. It's very selfish, actually. But that's something that I'm getting for WA, that he likes to maintain that control. That's why he tries to keep Western Australia as a very separate state, because monetary-wise, it's of great value to him to keep it that way. I'll see if I get anything else. Look, basically the vilification of unvaccinated and all this sort of thing is the standard agenda. I'll use the word agenda. Is the standard agenda for what's going on around the rest of the globe. So I mean, it's pretty damn obvious what's kind of going on, because why would every state around the globe be implementing these things, and there's only 1, 2, maybe 5 in America or something that aren't? Like, and we've got, what, New South Wales, we're pretty relaxed here, we're pretty lucky, but the main sort of theme seems to be popping up all around the globe, and it seems just overly coincidental. So definitely when it comes to that divide, anyone in WA, if you go and watch my prediction video for end of 2020, I did it in 2021, it's got little fortune cookies on the front, you'll see it. It tells you all about the big divide that was coming, because that's how they get the control. If they can turn us on each other, it allows good distractions. And like I said, the next one will be climate change. So be ready for it. And financial collapse is about to hit as well. So look, WA, he's definitely about power and his political agendas for sure over there. So take care. We're all here for you. Wherever you're living around the globe, this is super challenging. Stay strong and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.